It is without a shadow of a doubt one of my favorite days of the year. We are celebrating Thanksgiving, which means food, turkey, family, friends, football. If you're in the U.S., I love Thanksgiving. I have so many incredible memories with family members, extended family, cousins. Usually there's some type of puzzle or game or things that go on. And I just have so many memories of different moments throughout my life and different Thanksgivings. And it's been so amazing to revisit those some years or have those conversations where, you know, you talk with the cousins or you talk with the brothers or sisters. Hey, remember this one Thanksgiving? Yeah, this was so funny. Like this happened. There's something about gathering around a table or gathering together and just experiencing life or reconnecting or catching up. It's something that I'm just very thankful for, especially as I'm leading up to this move. I mean, we're going to talk about it in the next few conversations. I'm going to be moving over the next 2 podcasts, so we'll be recording those and posting them, and they'll be ready to go before I move. But, you're going to see as these next few episodes are just going to change drastically in a whole new room, a whole new setup, a whole new apartment. It's going to be wild. And I'm just so honored because now I'm looking back at all the cool memories that I've had with my family and all these really cool times. And it's almost like this perfect send off that we get to experience Thanksgiving. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. One, to have the family that I have and to be a part of the family that I am a part of, but 2, to have a conversation with you and to be able to have a podcast, to be able to speak life into you. I hope that's what I'm able to do. And, I've said it time and time again that this is the podcast where we challenge our present by viewing our past, and being able to view your past correctly. It allows you to see that you are stronger than you know. There's so much to be thankful for, and it gives you the confidence to step into your future. And that's what this podcast is grounded in. And I'm just so grateful to have a platform to be able to talk to you. Hopefully, as this continues on, we're going to continue to grow together. And I hope that I will always be able to speak that life and encouragement into you. And so today I wanted to break down some of the things that I'm grateful for. And then I also have been looking through some just studies on gratitude. And so I want to share with you the 7 benefits of gratitude. I think it's really powerful, and I think that you're going to absolutely enjoy it. So we're just going to break them down one at a time, and we'll just kind of dig in. So number 1, the first thing that gratitude will really impact is your friendships. And I found a 2014 study that found that making a new acquaintance and thanking them in that first meeting makes them more likely to seek an ongoing friendship. So think about this. The next time you meet that someone, no matter how short that conversation is, just say, hey, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. Something as simple as that, all of a sudden, it has shown in this study that that's actually going to help them to say, you know what, maybe this is a person that I should be closer with. And we're talking about friendships, but it can also work with romantic relationships and other relationships. Is when somebody feels appreciated like that, it will impact them on a physiological level, which we're going to talk about the physiological level in a second. Number 2, gratitude will impact the physical health. And in 2012, there was a study, and it was determined that grateful people were more likely to take care of themselves. They had a sense of thankfulness and gratitude towards what they had, so they were more likely to tend and take care of it. So whether it's hygiene, maybe it's just working out. It did show that people with higher levels of gratitude also showed higher levels of physical health and focus on physical health and physical hygiene, as well as some of the other aspects of life. I do think that bleeds into other areas of your life. You meet somebody who is, you can tell they're in shape. That means that they have discipline. They have honor. They have a set mentality that they're willing to go for it. Of course, you'll meet some people that are, they're maybe on the other side where it's like, whoa, you focus way too much on your body. But that's a different conversation. Number 3, physiologically, gratitude impacts the brain. And there have been multiple studies that have proven that gratitude is an effective practice to help reduce depression. And now it's not going to eliminate it completely, but as somebody who has practiced this and for a long time now, for I would say over 2 years, 18 months at least, but probably over 2 years, I've really been practicing gratitude. And I would say over the last 12 months, I have seen just an insane difference in my understanding of life and how things will happen. The wheels can fall off, but I'm thankful that I'm where I'm at. Like I have been practicing this for a while, and that's just personal experience, but there have been multiple studies that have proven that gratitude is an effective practice to help reduce depression. And it's kind of exciting too, right? As I've gone through hard things over the last year, it's just harder to be upset when you wake up and you're thankful. And so that's one of the practices that I've tried to do, is whether it's at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, I try to either wake up with a thought of gratitude or go to bed with a thought of gratitude. And some of my best days are days where I woke up with a thought of gratitude and I went to bed with a thought of gratitude. I'm so thankful I get to do this today. I'm so thankful that I did that today. And it really has impacted me. It's impacted the way that I view life. It's impacted just the day to day. There's something where it's almost like a spark is just, ignited in you when you have that gratitude. I can promise you. Number 4, there have been studies that gratitude will reduce aggression and enhance empathy. This is really cool. There was a University of Kentucky. They conducted a study in 2012. It was the University of Kentucky in 2012. They conducted this study where they took students and they determined that students who ranked higher in a gratitude scale showed more empathy towards others. They also had this decreased desire to seek revenge. So even when something would happen to them bad, or when somebody would do something, they'd cut them off, or they'd take the last book in the, in this student library or whatever it might have been, there was this lower desire and decreased desire to seek revenge. It was like, hey, no, it's all right. They got it. And what this really has shown me, and something that I really appreciate, is that gratitude breeds kindness on a different level. And kindness is a language that even the deaf can hear. Kindness will impact people and connect people who should not be connected in any way, shape, or form. But kindness is the ability to connect those dots. And it's something that I am just so thankful for. And the gratitude of my life is, I have it on my social media, but I'd rather be known for kindness. And most of my social medias, it all says, I'd rather be known for kindness. I can do a lot of really cool things throughout my life. But at the end of my life, I hope that every single day I live a life of gratitude and kindness where when I die, people will say, he was kind. I can care less about all the other accolades. I want people to know Kyle was kind. And I want to carry that through. And so when I do have these gratitude thoughts in the morning or at night, that is something that I think about is, am I walking in kindness? When somebody cuts me off in the supermarket and I'm thinking like a cart, not a car, but like when I'm in on the interstate or in a parking lot and somebody takes my parking spot that I was about to pull into. Not really, because I saw it and I was just farther away, so they got to it. That gratitude is something where I practice daily, where it's like, it's okay. They're in a hurry. They need to be in that spot more than I do. I can walk a little bit extra. I'm thankful I have legs that move and are healthy. Some people don't have that. Like, just real talk. Some people don't have the ability to walk as far as I do. And I'm so thankful for that ability. And you know what? They need that. And you know, that's okay. But it's very interesting that study showed that it reduces the aggression and the need to retaliate. You know, somebody cuts you off, and instead of flicking them off, you're like, no, it's all right. You're in a hurry. You get there. Sleep. Number 5, gratitude impacts your sleep. This is something that's really cool because if you've listened to the podcast at all, you know I am a big fan of sleep. I love sleep. But a 2011 study established that writing in a gratitude journal before bed can improve your sleep, make it deeper and longer as well, which is kind of really, I think it's just a beneficial thing for anybody to keep a gratitude journal for a period of time, just to realize that there are so many things that you should be thankful for. There are so many friendships that you should be thankful for. And there's different things that happen throughout your life that I think if you keep a gratitude journal, it's so hard. You know, you lay down in bed and our brains immediately turn on with like, hey, have you ever thought about this? And could you imagine this? And my brain immediately like, hey, Kyle, you're 34 years old, going on 35, and you're kind of behind with other friends that are way younger than you and way more successful than you and have a beautiful family and wife. And what are you doing? You know, my brain will turn on and think about that. But when I've written in a gratitude journal or when I finish my day with gratitude, those thoughts come in my head. Hey, Kyle, you're way behind the gun here. Yeah, but I'm thankful for the experiences that I've had. I've done things that they haven't. I've been on ESPN and I've done play-by-play for crazy broadcasts that I shouldn't have been involved in. I've been on the radio for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. I'm so thankful. I've lived in different states. I've trained and met different people from different backgrounds, from different countries. I've traveled to different countries and learned other cultures. I'm thankful. It's okay. We all sacrifice things. And I'm okay with my sacrifice. I'm happy. And yeah, there are days where it's really hard, but I'll tell you what, when those thoughts come in my mind late at night, gratitude usually helps shut them up really quickly. Number 6, self-esteem. Now, this is one that's really important because I feel like self-esteem is a big issue in our social life. Our society has dealt with so many different self-esteem issues, whether it's bullying or, internet just usage of social media, etc. It'll impact this. This was a really cool study. In 2014, a study showed that gratitude can reduce social comparisons and it improves one's view of self. And it just boils down to this. The whole study boils down to when you're not constantly comparing yourself to others, you begin to see all the incredible things that you've done. And think about how much gratitude can change that. When you're thankful for all the things you have, kind of like what I was just saying about sleep, it's like, oh, this guy's got a cool car, or this guy just posted his new girlfriend, or this guy's posted his new job and all this success that's happening in their life. Like, that's so cool. When you see it on social media all the time, everybody's posting some great thing that they're doing. And it's so easy to compare yourself and be like, what am I doing with my life? They're on like they have their second, third really awesome car, and they're super successful, and they've got a sexy body, and they're showing it off, and it looks great. And I'm okay. I'm putting in work, but I'm not where I think I should be. I don't think I'm where that person is. And it's so easy to compare yourself. But gratitude, in the study in 2014, it shows that the gratitude just reduces that social comparison. If you're focused on being thankful about what you have and the things that you get to experience and accomplish and be a part of, it just makes it really hard for you to compare yourself to others because you're so overwhelmed with the fact that there are some really cool things in your life. And number 7, mental toughness. And I want to use the word toughness because I think we go through different things. And I've mentioned the term, I think Simon Sinek coined it, mental fitness. I think it's important, instead of having a mental health day, we have a mental fitness day where you practice the ability to handle things mentally and you strengthen it just like you would go to the gym and practice your physical fitness, mental fitness. So mental toughness. And this was a study done in 2003. And it was a study that was conducted and found that war veterans with a higher levels of gratitude experienced lower rates of post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. And it's shown it throughout all of these studies. All of these studies bleed into the simple fact that gratitude changes mind, body, and soul. And when you think of those 3 things, mind, body, and soul, if those are aligned, it's really, really hard to tilt you by the wayside with all the things that can happen, right? Gratitude is this tried and true practice, and you can apply it to almost any of life's woes, right? Anything that happens, gratitude can be applied to it. And I can only imagine where my life would be without gratitude. I'm so thankful for it. And on this Thanksgiving Day, I'm thankful for all of you that listen to this podcast. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my job and the opportunity that I'm about to have in moving to a brand new state with a brand new city, dead center abilities to meet so many brand new people. And I just hope that I will live a life of gratitude and joy. And may this Thanksgiving fill you with joy. May it fill you with gratitude. May gratitude lay a foundation leading into 2024, where your next year is the best year of your life. That is going to do it for this conversation. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please hit that follow. Share this with somebody who needs some joy and, experience some gratitude in their life on this Thanksgiving. This would be a great podcast to share with people on this Thanksgiving. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate all the love. And if you want to follow me on social media, on TikTok and on TikTok and Twitter, aka X, you can find me at Kyle Vaught. On Instagram, I'm at Kyle_Vaught. That's V as in Victor, ATT is how you spell my last name. I'd love for you to drop me a follow, and I post daily content there. For everybody else, happy Thanksgiving. Remember to give grace, show love, and as always, stay stellar.